All right, so good evening, everyone. We are going to cover this topic called human anatomy and organ functions. What is this topic all about? What are you going to learn in today's class? What are the learning outcomes? Let me write down on my screen and you can start writing as well. So, topic name is human anatomy and organ functions. What am I going to learn in this class? What are the learning outcomes? What are some possible job interview questions? What are exam questions? So I will be giving you all those related to this topic. So in today's class, you will learn about 5 things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. First, we will talk about organ location. You know, we have different organs, right? So when we talk about organ locations, you need to learn that because it's very important for you to know where exactly your patient is telling you, I have pain, I should know which organ is located over there. And in terms of organ location, you will also know who is the right specialist doctor. So you know for different organs, we have different specialist doctors, right? So we'll talk about it. Second thing that you will learn, organ function. What is the function of this organ? And if my patient has a problem, he has a symptom, it means that organ is not functioning well. All right. And thirdly, we'll talk about basic lab test slash or scan. Number 4, you will also learn what are some symptoms, particularly for that system. All right. So we'll talk about that also. And lastly, who is the specialist doctor for my patient's problem? So these are 5 learning outcomes of today's topic, and the topic is called human anatomy and organ functions. Now, in order to understand all these 5 things, I will be drawing diagrams for 3 systems. First, I will draw, let's say, a diagram for digestive system. Okay. When I draw the diagram for digestive system, I will be explaining you the location, function, test, symptoms, specialist doctor at the same time. All right. So I will be, let's say, taking help of 3 systems, but that does not mean there are only 3 systems. And this is your homework where you have to draw these diagrams and you have to submit your homework just to learn what do I need to know, learn from one system. So I will draw digestive system, you draw with me. I will draw respiratory system, you draw with me. Then I will draw renal system, you draw with me. Okay. Because I think in your exam, you may get a question, draw human anatomy. All right. So before we start this class, I will just take an example. Can you name any system of body? Any system? Nervous system? Okay, very good. Nervous system. Tell me which organ is involved in nervous system? What's the name of the nervous system? Brain. Now, and where is the location? I don't need to tell you that, right? What's the function of brain? Some of you will say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are so many functions of brain. So location, function, clear. Which test can we do for a patient if his nervous system is not functioning properly? Which test can we do for a patient? Just give me an example of a test. Online students, you can write down your answers in the chat box. I will see. Or let me say like this, before we talk about the test, let's talk about symptoms. Patient's nervous system is not functioning properly. What possible symptoms can he have? Like 1, 2, 3. Lack of movement, very good. What else? Headache, yeah. Numbness, loss of sensation, yeah. Limb weakness, movement, balance issues. So these are some of the symptoms which belong to a system called nervous system. Now my patient says, I have numbness. Let's say he doesn't know about numbness. He says, I can't feel here what I need to feel. If I pinch here myself or I do like this with my hand, I cannot feel. This is a symptom. What's the name of the symptom? Numbness, loss of sensation. We'll talk about it in detail. Don't worry. I'm just giving an example because with the help of this example, I want to connect all five things. So who is the specialist doctor for numbness? I mean, he's telling you his problem. You need to know who is the right specialist doctor. So what answer comes in your mind? Online students, you can write on your answer in the chat box. Yeah? Yeah, yeah.
Doctor, can I try?
Neurologist.
Okay.
So neurologist. See, it's better to learn these things in the class rather than we become blank when patient says this is my problem, and then I start checking on internet. I start checking on Google. So this is what you will learn in today's class: location, function, test, specialist doctor, symptoms. As I said earlier, I'm going to draw three diagrams, three systems: digestive system, renal system, respiratory system. And what you need to learn from one system is all these five things: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So this is the summary of today's topic. Now I'm going to start drawing the diagrams. Ready? Okay, let's do it.